Hello everyone and welcome to this video where I'll be casting / coaching FireFox, and he's playing against Nullus. It doesn't show in the override, now it does. We're playing a Hades war here, and FireFox is, wait, this is Nullus. So we actually have both players doing, I imagine the exact same build order here. Because this is a Hades mirror on Nile Delta. And certainly it does look like it's the same, but we see from FireFox, he's able to share a storehouse over here. What I imagine is going to happen is that FireFox will be able to get that Vaults of Erebus ever so slightly quicker than Nullus. Because over on Nullus' side, he could probably have shared these 3 trees if he wanted to, but it's very low value. Bit of a weird spawn here with those 3 trees. So let's see actually how this turns out, but it's like a mirrored build order from these two so far, except with the one exception that FireFox is able to share the storehouse, as we see here. So what's nice for FireFox now is that he's got 50 extra wood over Nullus. You can see it reflected up here as well. And he's just going to send villagers. Ooh, a bit of idle time there. 3 seconds. It's okay. He's going to be sending villagers over on wood now, and some onto favor as well. He won't be needing as much wood as he would usually. I imagine potentially he'll be floating a bit more wood over 200 before he gets the 15 favor that he needs for Vaults of Erebus, but this is ever so minuscule. Anyways, a Hades mirror. Very, very interesting matchup, because you never really know what to expect here. I think generally speaking, Hades in a Greek mirror is very weak, because Zeus and Poseidon beat him with cavalry and with centaurs. But when you're against Hades, it's a lot more difficult to say what's going to happen. And obviously, it being a mirror, it's on paper totally fair matchup. But just lowering the hippos in here. Generally speaking, when you can lure hippos under town center, like we see FireFox doing here, you should always do that. And I think always having 2 under a TC, that's what I prefer doing, as we also see FireFox luring in a new one here. Because you see, when you have 7 villagers, they begin to really clutter around it, and you lose some efficiency. Having these 2, they're a lot more efficient than they would be if they were placed there. So it's nice to have like 2 constantly under a TC, and even 3. The rotting of the animals in Retold is very small, actually. I think it's something like 0.25 per second. All in all, it doesn't matter too much. You can be perfectly fine with just 3. Yo, this is interesting. Look at the Vaults of Erebus. It's almost done now for FireFox, and it's only just begun for Nullus. So this is a huge difference. I think it's going to be something like 30 seconds. And that's 30 seconds times 2, so that's 60 additional gold for FireFox that he's going to have over Nullus. In a mirror matchup, this is the kind of thing that can really make a difference. And you see here, villagers starting to clutter around like this. It's not good. So honestly, you should have tried to get this hippo under the TC a bit earlier. Like I said, it barely matters with the rotting of the carcass. Ajax now heading over for this relic, the Skulls of the Cercopes. I don't know how to pronounce this. Either way, it's an amazing relic. 6 monkeys that are very, very good for multiple different purposes. Can be used for scouting, can be used for fighting, can be used to just station near a town center or a gold mine. These have so many varied purposes. Can be used for defending, obviously. Get 6 of these. 3.3 speed, that's the big downside to them. But other than that, 6 units from a relic that spawns, I think it's only 1 minute after they're all dead. Very, very, very strong relic. Up here, we've got the Scales of the Catoplebas. Makes myth units more resistant to pierce armor. That could be really good in a Hades mirror, to be honest. Haven't even touched upon the minor god choices. We see Ares, not yet in for FireFox. But Nullus, he's already gone up through Athena. So, this is a mirror matchup, but both of these are playing it very differently. Nullus is going for that second TC at 442. He's starting it. Whereas FireFox, I think he's just going to stay on 1 town center. Advancing at 448, getting triple archery range with Ares. This is a cool strategy that we see here from Nullus. And even though this is a mirror matchup, we see two different minor god choices, and we see two very vastly different strategic approaches to the game here. Ooh, bit of a trouble here for the Cyclops. Nice Sentinel to try to defend against this attack, but Achilles already dealing like half damage to the Cyclops. Not quite, but almost. At the same time, Minotaur also taking a lot of damage from the Ajax, but now we have 3 archery ranges up. Obviously, when you go through Ares, you get access to this upgrade, Enyo's Bow of Horror, which gives plus 10% damage and sort of like a mini ballistics. So it's really, really good if you're going for a full archer strategy, as we see FireFox doing here. Immediately getting Elder Cyclops as well. He's got pickaxe, not yet hand axe. Hand axe is underway though. It's gonna be important because he's got 8 on wood, right? Small skirmish over here. Actually, the Minotaur is about to go down here. It's a nice pickup from FireFox. These Minotaurs, unupgraded, are actually easy to chase down when you got a fast unit like Achilles, for example. And because Nullus went for 2 town centers, it is now FireFox who's got the military upper hand, despite advancing later. Also the monkeys, we see here 5 monkeys remaining, chasing down the Ajax. And if we look at the map here, this second town center doesn't provide much of anything. It's got access to the gazelles over here, but Nullus has to build a wall here. He's gonna... Oof, there's a Cyclops coming, let's see here. Could be huge. Cyclops not able to pick one of them up, unfortunately, for FireFox. Good raid though, still. And if FireFox can deny this gazelle pack here, that means that this second TC is gonna get minimum value. Usually you would want to have a hunt pack nearby or a gold mine, but if you don't have any of that, if all you've got is forest, it's a lot less value than otherwise. And definitely something you can do when you're in this situation like FireFox here is, you should know you're under pressure. He's already down 5 villagers, so there's pressure on FireFox to make things happen. And one thing I really like doing is investing into a Pegasus. And then you can just place the Pegasus over here, because this place is very important. You don't want Nullus to be hunting here at all. And also up here, where you see Katascopos, maybe patrol from this area to there would be nice. Nice pick on the Sentinel right there. So just FireFox trying to take some small victories here and there. Not forcing too much, but FireFox is, I would say, he's in a bit of trouble actually. Because he's playing against Hades with Walls of Erebus, and as we've talked about before, when you're against the Hades with Walls of Erebus, ooh, look at this villager. When you're against the Hades with Walls of Erebus, they will have to leave their base for gold much, much later than other civs or other gods. Good villager kill here. Because of that Walls of Erebus. Usually, you're looking at something like 10, 11, 12 minutes is when a normal civ would have to go out for their secondary gold. But Hades, we're talking 16, 17 minutes or so because of Walls of Erebus. And that just means that the 2 TC boom versus the 1 town center play from FireFox is going to be a lot more effective since Nullus is playing as Hades. But we do see some really nice aggression here. 3 upgraded Cyclops. No Toxoid upgrade just yet, but Pestilence cast here. Nullus going for the Hibius route makes a lot of sense since he's against full Toxotes. But at the same time, those Hibius will go down to the Cyclops, so not necessarily a great choice for Nullus. But that is also the trouble with this combination of units, Cyclops and Toxotes. There's no optimal choice, you have big restoration coming in. All the villagers are even joining the fight here during the restoration, but even then Achilles goes down. You see a full Minotaur now coming out, but it's attacking the Achilles. And the Cyclops are doing so much damage. Look at the AoE. I feel like we've seen this before. FireFox dealing so much AoE damage with these Cyclops. And it's just providing him so much value. Diving under town center, diving under 2 towers. He must have killed a lot of villagers in the process during this pestilence. Now he has to get out. He's actually overstaying, you might say here. We'll see. This is a really good Cyclops special, potentially. Only managing to kill one villager there, but he's dealt a lot of damage. There's like 6 or... Oh my god, there's like 11 villagers with barely an HP there. Ooh, almost managing to take down a few more. I think finally Nullus has fended off this attack, but you look at the villager discrepancy, it's only 4. And this is really good for FireFox, because while this has been going on, Nullus has been busy mining this gold mine. And the more you're fighting, the closer you're getting to the point where Nullus has to go out for a secondary goal. So when you can force things, like we see FireFox forcing things here, it's really, really good. Look at the special attack. Are we seeing it? Ah, just the one villager kill. Another Cyclops going down. Ajax is on the case, but we see a lot of damage dealt here still by the remaining FireFox. Ah, actually not that much damage. 2 villager discrepancy now, though. This is such a funny game here. I think if you look at the kill-death ratio, I'm pretty sure Nullus is ahead in terms of military killed. But then on the other hand, FireFox is well ahead in terms of villager numbers killed. So that's been the story, where FireFox has sacrificed his military units to kill villager units instead. And like I said, before long Nullus will be forced to go for his second gold mine. But for now, it's actually looking like Nullus got the bigger army, just no hero to take care of the Cyclops. And these Toxotes have got both the essential upgrades to their name now. See a Cyclops special here. Can he get the throw off? Oh, it bugs out. The Cyclops attack. Whenever there's a barrier like a forest or a building or a cliff, it tends to bug out, where it sort of bounces to the forest and then back or something like that. I haven't quite figured it out, but that could have been a really big throw if you could just throw over the forest. I guess maybe you just can't do that. Maybe that's something you need to keep in mind, both when you're playing with Cyclops as well as against them. Maybe you can hide behind barriers like forests or buildings. New Cyclops special. This is gonna be a big one. Ah, actually no. And Nullus fighting back really well here. Nullus has got himself archers himself, and he's got hippies, and he's even got Achilles as well. So Nullus kind of winning this. New Cyclops coming in, though, from FireFox. And once again, I think Nullus gonna have to retreat. These Cyclops are soaking up so much damage. And every time they pick up one of these Toxotes, they provide such an enormous threat against Nullus. And I think if we reveal the map now, this gold mine is now depleted, and Nullus has been forced to move over here. A bit of a bug occurring. Pretty sure Nullus wanted to get these villagers onto gold, but he's over on this side as well. And you see here, yeah, you build the storehouse here and half the villagers are going onto wood. So annoying. Over here, once again, just these small skirmishes occurring. Nullus is ahead by 10 vills now, so I will say the current state of things will favor Nullus over FireFox. Nullus even getting the Bull Minotaurs out as well, dealing a lot of damage to the Toxotes here. Another Toxote pickup. Perfect cast here from FireFox, killing like 4 Toxotes, almost 3 additional Toxotes with one throw. The damage potential with these Cyclops is higher than any other classical Age Myth unit. And not only that, I am pretty sure it also soaks up more damage than any other classical Age Myth unit. Such a cool unit. So, finally a bit of a slowdown of the game here. FireFox now got a second TC himself. This TC is a lot better than the one Nullus got himself. There's hunt, there's berries, there's gold, and just general map control with this town center. FireFox realizing by now Nullus has moved to his secondary goal, so we'll see here. This is gonna be brutal. Another potentially very damaging Cyclops throw incoming, but no micro coming in for FireFox, unfortunately. Still killing a bunch of villagers though. I think like 5 villagers dead, potentially even more now. Could have kept chasing with Achilles, but deciding not to. Maybe realizing you need the Achilles for the Minotaur over here. And this is a skirmish I feel like we've seen several times by now. Xodis, Minotaurs, Cyclops, heroes. And this time I don't think FireFox is going to come out of this as the victor. The numbers are well in favor of Nullus, and FireFox is going to have to retreat here. See if he can make some of these units survive. Ooh, and meanwhile, look at this. Oh my god, so many low HP vills here. One villager dead. Two villager dead. One villager picked up. And look at this. Boom! Oh my god, this is so brutal. I don't know how many villagers died there, but you look at the villagers discrepancy. 3 in favor for FireFox, all of a sudden. With one move like that. Over on the right side, middle of the map, we do see FireFox has lost a bunch of Toxotes from that failed escape over on this side of the map. But FireFox now being ahead in villagers. I think FireFox will be quite happy with that. FireFox has got 10 villagers in favor. Nullus has got 9. So at this point of the game, both are really prioritizing getting as many Mithrils out as possible, which I think is a good call because Greek only has 2 heroes in the classical age, and you see the potency of these Mithrils when they're out. You want to have as many of them out as possible. So at the moment, we see Cyclops being produced from FireFox, Minotaurs being produced from Nullus, and I think we'll see this throughout the game now. There's actually 70 favor stockpiled for Nullus, so a bit of a mistake from him. Probably should have spent more gold on that, but the issue is probably he's been rated on gold, so his gold situation has been a bit dreadful. Minotaurs 464 HP, Cyclops they're like 690, so I think Cyclops are the better unit in big fights like this. But then obviously they're much slower. Bull Minotaurs are like 5.4 speed or something ridiculous like that. So the Cyclops and the Minotaur are kind of similar units, but they're also very dissimilar in the sense that Minotaur is much more of a raider, fast raider than the Cyclops. Whereas the Cyclops is more of a slow unit that when it gets into a fight, or when it gets on top of a gold mine, the damage potential is really large. It's looking like a nice army here from FireFox. The army value is so equal between these two players. So this is a mirror matchup, but looking at how this game has unfolded, it's hard to actually see that it's been a mirror matchup, isn't it? Because the playstyle has been so different from these two players. And you see the micro that FireFox does here? He's focusing his Toxotes onto the Achilles. Now focusing onto Ajax, and all of a sudden Nullus, no more heroes left, and now these Cyclops are just going to town. This is what you can do when you got a unit composition such as this. You focus down the heroes, and now Nullus is forced to retreat because these Cyclops are so strong when there's no heroes nearby. Over here we do have 3 Toxotes. Could potentially look to this gold mine, but it's not being mined by Nullus. And once again, Achilles is out. It's gonna get targeted down by the Toxotes. Over here, potentially a big throw. Let's see it. Oh boy. It's the big plays you make with these Cyclops here. Achilles, once again, is about to die here, I'm sure. Ahebius has been caught, and look at this. Ah, FireFox not microing it, but at the same time the auto attack with that AoE. Oh, FireFox, he took it. Dude, I missed something big over here. This Cyclops must have killed the entire gold production for Nullus. Look at this. This lone guy with 12 HP remaining. I didn't actually see it. I'll edit this in post. Let's actually go back and rewatch it. Okay. This is what we missed, guys. There's how many? 22 villagers mining this gold mine. 1 Cyclops with 180 HP. What is going on here? No way. All 22 villagers just went down in a matter of seconds. Crazy unit here. The Elder Cyclops, guys. When they are on your gold mine, you gotta run. You cannot attack it like we saw Nullus doing here. You gotta respect it. You gotta get out of the way. GG, well played to FireFox. What an ending to this game. Glad we caught that in review. If you like this game, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.